Jelly Roll's wife is speaking out today about his weight and how people treat him.
He's the country guy with the crap on his face?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's married?
Yes.
See, you two are part of...
You're part of the problem.
Yeah.
It was all the crap on his face, right?
I didn't put the crap on his face.
So you the big guy with the crap on his face?
And I certainly didn't marry him.
That's right. Yeah. His wife, Bunny, says that...
Bunny roll?
Bunny Roll...
I love a bunny roll.
So you two are part of the problem.
I didn't choose her name.
They're quickly becoming America's couple, and you two are here.
They're America's couple.
What's at the center of a bunny roll?
Frankly, they represent America more than most celebrity couples.
100% right. Jelly Roll and Bunny Roll are speaking out today. Jelly Roll has left social media and the internet.
Really?
Yes.
Isn't he training for something?
He's doing a 5K.
I thought so.
And he's lost
so he's trying to lose weight.
He's lost 40 pounds, and he's left. He very rarely or never goes onto social media at all. And his wife, Bunny Roll, says, here's the reason.
My husband got off the internet because he is so tired of being bullied about his weight. And like that makes me want to cry because he is the sweetest angel baby. My husband doesn't show it to you guys, but I'm going to have a very vulnerable moment here. It hurts him. The internet can say whatever they want about you. And they say, well, you're a celebrity. You're supposed to be able to handle it. We're not. Enough is enough. Don't bully people because you never know where they are mentally.
Period. The end. Even a celebrity like Jelly Roll, all the stuff on his face.
Sorry, Jelly
All right,
Roll.
there you are.
Well,
They've apologized. It's fine.
I just went and looked. He is on Instagram, but he hasn't posted in a couple weeks, and it looks like the last post he did he was on American Idol.
She says that he doesn't see it hardly at all, and that a lot of times if it's posted, it's by her or their assistant or somebody, because he didn't want to read the comments beneath when he starts sharing pictures and photos.
Well, like he had been posting videos of him walking, trying to train for this 5K, and I mean the comments are just exactly what you think.
Of course.
Work harder.
Of course.
Work harder. And honestly, the thing that, I mean, because I post anything, it's like fat, you're fat.
That's just low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, it's easy. It is.
I need to apologize for that comment.
I've said that
fruit.
Listen, I've said that for years.
Of course, the lens low hanging.
Take that back.
All the issues in my
You
life.
retract?
I retract.
It's out there now.
So, well, and it brings us right back to Oprah and The Rock.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Oprah and The Rock said that they each pledged $10 million to help the folks in Hawaii who had been so devastated by those fires a year ago. And all the internet said was, oh, that's pocket change for you two. Which is, Chris Demm is exactly right. That's just internet a-holery is all that is. Well, now it turns out, and the folks in Hawaii are speaking out, they raised about $80 million from that. And they are saying, the people in Hawaii are saying, Oprah and The Rock didn't make this public, but they're the ones that gave most of that money. They gave even more.
I heard 60.
From them.
That's the figure I heard from those two.
From those two of the 80. So that's pretty impressive. And they didn't make it public. They did not. Once people started shaming them for only giving 10, they wound up giving $60 million. 60. That's impressive.
Yeah.
All right.
It is indeed.
And keep it to yourself. I mean, somebody gives $10 million to anything. I mean, you don't have to give anything. They didn't have to say a word about this. They just they gave to that.
And 99% of the people bitching didn't give a thing.
I guarantee.
I'm sure you're right.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And that's fine. If you don't want to give a thing, fine.
Yeah.
But don't criticize somebody just for giving, Okay, so you've
So
got...
back to the celebs.
These are celebrity... 30,000 Americans were asked, what celebrity would you like to see as president?
Are there any singers on there?
No, there are no singers.
So they're all actors.
So you've got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Tom Hanks, you said, Oprah, you said, Matthew McConaughey, you said. There are 6 more.
Kevin Hart.
No.
Steve Harvey.
No, but he'd be a good one.
Yeah.
Nonsense. No nonsense, Steve Harvey.
What about George Clooney?
Yes, George Clooney is number 5 on the list. He got 10% of the vote, George Clooney.
Yeah.
The one that won it, I haven't heard much from him or her in a while, but he's great. It's a guy.
Great.
He's great. He's awesome. I mean,
He's great. He's awesome. Not Schwarzenegger.
No,
he can't be.
Oh, that's right. Out of the country.
Got a real good Schwarzenegger factoid too.
Wow.
I was reading yesterday about Schwarzenegger in the 80s and early 90s. He and Sylvester Stallone had not a feud really, but they were going after the same roles, trying to be the biggest action star in the world.
Sure.
And Stallone was beating Schwarzenegger at the time. He was in more action movies, and Schwarzenegger didn't love where his placement there. Well, a movie came up called Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. You recall it?
I do.
The great Estelle Getty played the mom. Sylvester Stallone wound up getting the role. But the way it worked was Schwarzenegger and his agent read the script and said to themselves, this is awful. This is going to be a huge flop. So Schwarzenegger told his agent, tell Stallone I'm interested. So the agent put it out in the ether that Schwarzenegger was interested in doing the movie because Stallone was already hemming and hawing and thinking about it. So the agent called the director and said, Schwarzenegger may take this. We're just not sure. And as soon as he did, Stallone was like, I want it. And so
I'll sign it.
Stallone got it. And Schwarzenegger and his agent sat back and waited for it to bomb, which it did. And then Schwarzenegger got more roles than Stallone did. They told this on some sort of podcast.
What makes this great is Stallone didn't know that till they were sitting side by side next to each other doing this. It was a TMZ thing.
Yeah.
And Stallone's like, I didn't know that.
That's right.
If those two did a podcast, that would be interesting.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
They could tell some stories.
Yeah. And then right after that, Schwarzenegger got Terminator 2, which really, of course, took off and went crazy. And, of course, that was a huge turning point for him. So, no, Schwarzenegger's not on there. Let me give you a few of them. Mark Cuban. All right.
Okay.
Cuban.
I like him. I think he'd be a good president. I've only seen him on Shark Tank, but I think he's got obviously a business mind.
He may run one day.
Elon Musk.
Is he born in the U.S.?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure where he was born.
No, he's South African.
Yeah, he can't do it.
Yeah.
I guess it didn't matter. It's just like, who would you like to see?
Right.
So Elon Musk, now great head for business, of course. A little crazy. Cuban's got a great head for business. Another one, Bill Gates. Great head for business.
Gates.
Those are the bottom three. Gates, Musk, Cuban. The oldest one on the list, who's got some politics in his background, I think he's too old for the job. Clint Eastwood.
Oh, my goodness.
In fact,
He's in his 90s.
He's number 4. He's about 95.
Yeah,
I've seen a recent picture of him, and he is starting to look old.
He can't do that
He
job.
looks really old.
But he was directing until about 3 years ago.
I know.
But he still can't run the country. But the number one,
we haven't gotten around it.
we have not gotten around it, no.
What field?
Actor. And a great one.
Man.
Academy Award winner.
Academy Award.
Not Redford.
No, not Redford.
Hoffman. No, too old.
No.
Mm-mm.
He's won the Academy Award. I don't think he's played the president. Not that I can recall. He hasn't played the president.
Well.
Tremendous. Great actor. Great actor.
Gee whiz.
B.B. Shea doesn't respect his work enough. There's a big hint for you.
Yeah.
Daggone it.
Yeah.
Does he lean one way or the other now?
Probably leans left, but I don't really know his politics, to be honest with you.
Golly.
Not Will Smith.
Was on a television show in the 80s, but then became a huge movie star in the probably
Not Hanks, not Clooney, because that was them.
No.
Yeah.
On a televiation show in the 80s.
Cosby.
Not DiCaprio.
Not Cosby. Cosby's falling down the list. Not DiCaprio. No. You ready?
Michael J. Fox.
Denzel Washington.
Denzel.
Denzel got 15% of the vote. I haven't heard much from Denzel lately.
St. Elsewhere.
Yeah, in the 80s. You know, B.B. Shea doesn't respect his work. B.B. Shea says that his son is a better actor than he is.
Yeah.
Oof.
Fighting words for me and B.B. Shea. I'm a
Where
huge
is he?
fan of you.
What was the last movie he
seen him
did?
lately.
He's filming something now.
probably
He's
is.
coming out, yeah.
I haven't seen
They've made a third Equalizer, right?
Yeah, they did, yeah.
You know, Jerry Seinfeld, this is about movies. He's got this movie, Untoasted, the history of Pop-Tarts. And,
Yeah. Is that what he's out pushing right now?
he's directing it. It's his first ever directing job.
Netflix movie, too.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
And it was interesting. I saw something he said yesterday. This is Jerry Seinfeld. I know I'm a huge fan, and I know Chris Demm's a huge fan. And he was saying that when he did the movie Unfrosted, that's the name, Unfrosted, which has a bunch of, there's a lot of celebrities in it. Christian Bale's in it.
The promo looks, the preview looks funny.
I agree.
I mean, it's kind of off kilter. It's kind of a strange story, of course.
Fictional account of the creation of Pop-Tarts. And he's got, Jerry Seinfeld has a big stand-up piece about Pop-Tarts, and that's all they ate when he was a kid, you know, like a lot of us. Well, when he was asked about his first directorial experience, he said, you know, I walk around here and work with these actors and these other guys in the movie business, and what they don't realize is the movie business is over. And I was surprised to hear him say that. I mean, he was promoting the movie. He said this to GQ magazine. He had an interview. And he said, film does not occupy the pinnacle in the social, cultural hierarchy that it did for most of my life. When a movie came out years ago, if it was good, we all went to see it. We all discussed it. We talked it out. We quoted lines. scenes we like, we still quote them years later. I mean, Dave and I do that all the time
Absolutely.
with movies.
Look at the Jaws.
Look at the Jaws. Look at the Titanic.
Yep.
And then Seinfeld went on to say, now we're walking through a fire hose of water just trying to see. There's so much out there, and movies do not hold that spot anymore like they used to. I think that's true. It's like I don't clamor for movies. When they come out, I never go, I used to go, I'm going to see that, and I just don't anymore. You know?
Are there any actors out there that now think doing streaming movies exclusively or a streaming service series, is that beneath them? I mean, that was always the thing. I mean, it's now TV. This is TV.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about doing TV.
Yeah.
Is that beneath it? Has anybody said, I only do film?
Like a Daniel Day-Lewis, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe.
Exactly.
But I think most of them now go to TV. You know, they do shows now. You know, these big names.
That's because what he said is being recognized by a lot of people, and that's where it's at.
I agree. They're doing all these big stars do television shows now on Netflix or wherever.
I mean, Harrison Ford did one. Or he wasn't even the star.
He's doing it now. He's doing
Dustin
it now.
Hoffman did one too, right?
Yes. A lot of them do TV shows.
now.
So it's recognized that that's the way things have gone in
does
the
seem
industry
that way.
already.
And especially women. Tons of women are doing their own because they can get the deals.
Meryl Streep, Reese Witherspoon are doing long, like 8-episode, 10-episode TV shows.
It's because they're streaming service produced, and they need content.
I guess that's right. But I don't think movies, and I do think the pandemic had a lot to do with this, is like going to the theater. I thought it was just me getting older, but used to my wife and I would go every Friday or Saturday night. We go see a movie, and now I don't even check, what movies are coming out. He went on to say, and you're talking about TV. He says, you know what audience flock to?
This is Steinfeld?
This is Steinfeld, Jerry Steinfeld. And he says audiences are flocking to what I grew up on, which is stand-up comedy. Look how many people have Netflix specials who are stand-up comedians. And he said the reason is you are like a platform diver. In 2 seconds, we can see, are you the real deal or are you not? Mm-hmm. People love stand-up because you can trust it. Everything else is fake. Movies are fake. Stand-up is real. You're one person. You're a real person. You're standing in front of an audience giving dialogue. You're making people laugh. That's what is real in entertainment.
Yeah, it's simple. You don't have to invest a lot of brain power. You just sit and listen.
I think that's right, too. It's like I don't get into movies that are all CGI, and more of them are CGI. But I do like stand-up comedy. So that would be. So he says this is a real thing, and people appreciate something that's real. Interesting take on that. And he just made a movie. I mean, he's literally promoting this movie, saying movies are over. Interesting.
It helps comedians, and comedians have to get their start too, either on Instagram or YouTube,
or the tick
to get that Netflix special. That's what they want.
That's right. Yeah, and they're not. It's not about striving for movies anymore. I think he's right. The other entertainment piece today is from a show. Now I don't watch this show, but Family Guy is celebrating its 25th anniversary.
Wow.
25 years of Family Guy. And this has like a Seinfeld connection. There's an actor named Patrick Warburton who played Putty.
He's Putty, yeah.
On Seinfeld. I met him once. Okay, there it is.
MBD.
No big deal. Right. I mean, I met him once at a golf course. Fine. Very nice guy.
All right.
You didn't ask if boxers or briefs. Is that phase of your life?
I went boxers
in your
brief.
career.
And he
hey,
said,
Putty.
Don't
call me that.
He said this.
Boxers or briefs.
I have such a connection to this story because Putty says Patrick Warburton has done a voice on Family Guy for 25 years. And he says, my mother hated that show 25 years ago and still hates it today. I'm supporting her with my salary. I help her with my salary, and she still tries to get me canceled every single year. Patrick Warburton's mother is a member of the American Television Council. That's the group that called me a racist in Washington, D.C. 20 years
was
ago.
It? Oh.
American Television Council. Brent Bozell was the leader at that time.
Yeah.
I went in front of the panel at a podium, and I said,
and you
what
kind
about...
of stammered your way through a question.
And he said, oh, I get it. You're a racist.
And then all the spotlights and all the heads turned to you.
And the whole crowd went, he's a racist.
Racist.
And that was a tough moment for me. It was in Washington, D.C.
I'd forgotten about that. One of your lower moments.
Yeah. Well, Patrick Warburton's mother is a member of the American Television Council, and he says, when I was 13 years old, she went out to the neighborhood passing out pamphlets about the sins of masturbation, which I didn't appreciate.
Wow. Yeah, I guess not.
We're still close to this day, but she tries to get me canceled every year because she hates the content of the show Family Guy, which Seth MacFarlane created. But I'm still working, and I'm still paying her bills.
Never religiously watch that show, but whenever I see clips, they are funny.
Yeah. And it's become part of the culture. The Stewie and all that.
It's been on for a long time.
It's a huge 25 years.